How are you doing? I hope y'all are narcissist free. I hope you all have been on a great healing journey. I hope that y'all are doing better. It's March 2nd, 2025. I have just been relaxing, basically busy working, but I feel like last week, February 28th was supposed to be like a planetary alignment or something like that. I don't know. I didn't really read or think too much into it. I know I read about it sometime January to February, somewhere before the 28th. And so I forgot all about it until like Saturday, but it was after the 28th anyway. So something happened and I don't know what planets is in retrograde. I've been so busy with earthly things that I wasn't thinking about nothing spiritual, okay? So what I've been dealing with as far as earth shit goes is these damn credit bureaus. Baby, oh my gosh. Okay, so let's start here, right? So y'all know I'm a truck driver. So we're gonna rewind back to like March 2024. So I got fired from my job because I was involved in an accident. So basically, my job called me on the phone, was like, dude, hey, yo, you fired. And before I could even open my mouth to ask something, he hung up the phone. The conversation was less than 60 seconds. How rude, how unprofessional, all that, right? I made them pay for it because I, that same week, filed for unemployment. So when I filed for unemployment and I answered all their questions and I even wrote a very long statement, I name dropped my trainer, I name dropped the manager as well as the regional manager. And so basically all of that is a paper trail because I reported it to unemployment, right? So I'm battling with them back and forth for unemployment. Now, mind you, unemployment gives the employer, I think about 10 days to respond because once I submitted my unemployment information, they then told the employer, 10 days went by, the employer didn't respond on time. So I started collecting my checks. I ended up collecting checks for 4 months because I was jobless for 4 months. And so basically, it was kind of fun, though, because I felt like a little housewife, you know what I'm saying? My fiance was taking care of everything. And it was really like a nice time because I was like, man, I've been working since I was 15 and, this and that. And shoot, he took care of everything. No complaint, no nothing. I'm like, I like this. Okay. But I'm the type that, I still got my own stuff going on. So I got to go back to work. So anyways, I end up finding God ends up giving me a newer job, better pay. I'm talking about exceptional higher pay. And it's a lot closer to my house. Less gas. Booyah. That's a win-win-win, right? And then on top of that, so the company, I don't want to say their names because we are still in litigation right now. So basically, the company, they wanted to fight me for unemployment, right? So basically they sent me letters trying to bully me, sending me a cover page with their lawyer's information on it, thinking, I'm like, because at first I wasn't going to get a lawyer because I'm like, why spend all that money on a lawyer when I could just handle this myself, right? When their lawyer sent me that cover letter, game was on. I started looking for a lawyer. And since I'm sitting at home, not doing much of anything, the house is clean, shoot, food is cooked. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing for me to really do. I got time today. So I go to work and, baby, like I found me a lawyer, explained to the lawyer, paid the consultation fee, showed him a journal and everything that I wrote because basically I was having problems with the trainer. And even though the trainer at that job was a woman, sexual harassment is never okay. So she starts proceeding to tell me about her ex-husband and how he was abusive. I told her day one, mind you, day one. I was in training with her for 10 days, but they kept me with her for 11 days. They made me stay an extra day with this bitch, right? So I was in training for 10 days. And every day it was always an incident. So I started documenting the incidences, right? But in my own private journal, because I always kept a notebook with me. Because a old officer back in the day, he told me, if you are trying to prove something or you want to keep a paper trail, get a journal and timestamp and date what took place, who, what, when, where, why. Be very as detailed as possible about the circumstances of the situation, right? Because when you present that type of stuff in court, you can't refute it. So anyways, right? So I got this paper trail going on for the time that I was in training. My training took place back in December of 2023, right? Now, I've been fucking they asses up. I've been batting they shit, boy. It's like I beat their ass to the white meat, okay? Fat meat, what's that saying? Fat meat meets greasy or something like that. I don't remember the damn saying. Whatever. So at the end of the day, they met their match. They met their maker, right? So back to the unemployment thing. I get my lawyer. My lawyer takes the case. And so I got fired March of 2024. I hired my lawyer August of 2024, like earlier that week, because I had went on vacation right around the time that I had hired him. And I told him I'm going on vacation, so I'll be back. And when I come back, we can handle this. So, I'm already working at my new job and everything like that. So I got my money rolling in, but now I got to catch up on bills because I had to pay bills through credit cards. So now I'm basically playing catch up, right? So anyways, it's crazy because that was this was before my surgery, y'all. Because I made a video telling y'all don't let these doctors bully y'all and you have rights, HIPAA. If you remember that video, yeah, this is after that. So anyway, from August 2024 to early October, because I had my surgery. And I beat the case right a little bit after my surgery. So, yeah. So I beat the unemployment case. I don't have to pay that money back. I filed it on my taxes. The company, they lost that. So their premium rates increased and their insurance rates increased and they got fined. They were penalized because they had 10 days to respond. They didn't. They appealed it like a week after the fact. So you didn't even process the stuff on time, which played in my favor. See how God worked? And so, they lost that. So the next battle, I feel like what I hear in my head from my video game lovers out there. I hear on the game Tekken when they be like, ready for the next battle. Hell yeah, I'm ready for the next battle. I'm leveled up now. I'm ready to just beat some ass. So anyways, right? I won the unemployment shit. The next step was, that was the accident situation. So since I had the accident March of 2024, it got continued 3 times. It got continued, the original time was in June 2024. It got continued to September 2024. Then it got continued to December 2024. The judge, she was a family court bitch. And to all my men out there, I'm so sorry that y'all got to go through family court. And especially if the judge is a female, because if she was a bitch about my traffic ticket or whatever that the cop gave me, I know she's a bitch with y'all in that family court. I was like, ooh, I feel so bad for any man that had her as a judge and got a verdict from her. Because the bitch found me guilty and tried to put 4 points on my license. I said, no, ma'am. So I called the lawyer. He gave me the rundown on everything that happened in court because I didn't have to show up. And that was in the general district court. Baby, by the time I get done all this, I'm about to be an expert in the law. I promise you I'm about to be an expert in the law. And I feel like God is just sending me through this as a trial. It feels like a trial and tribulation to me. But God is sending me through this because I feel like there be people out there that be going through stuff like this, but they just don't have the money. They just don't know what to do. They don't know how to fight. They got the fight, but they don't know how, or they don't have the resources, right? So thank God, I had the money, I had the resources, I had the fucking time. But everybody don't have that. So I'm like an advocate, okay? Like, I am for the underdog, okay? I don't like bullies. I don't like people who try to mistreat people. I fight. Basically, you might as well say I'm a rebel against the whole fucking system, because this is literally what the fuck they're trying to do. This company thinks, trust me, I did my research on them. They are $1 billion company. They have over 50,000 employees. So you already know that technically, I already did my laws and research on the state that I'm in. I can get $300,000 in punitive damages. I can file for emotional damages. I can get my lawyer fees and court costs back. I can even get my back pay, because the 4 months that I was out of a job is already like 30 grand. Okay? So let's let it add up. Let's let it add up, because I'm not in need of it anyway. I got a job. I'm good. I'm doing good. Everything is on track. Everything is straight. All that. So anyways, at the end of the day, right? So the bitch tried to give me 4 points on my license. I'm a truck driver. This is my livelihood. This is how I make money. I do not have time for 4 points being on my license because the officer gave me a ticket for improper lane change. We're going to get to that here enough, right? This is all a part of the law, baby. Oh my God. That's why I said I'm about to be an expert, okay? I'm about to be an expert. So anyways, right? So basically, I called the lawyer, and I was like, my lawyer told me that, one, this case should never been continued 3 times. But it also depends on the caseload and workload of the court and what they got going on and stuff like that. So anyways, so she finally made a verdict. I appealed it. Even though I had to pay court costs, they ended up refunding me that money back. I had to pay my lawyer some more money. I forgot the amount, but I paid the lawyer another sum of money. And all I know is that I paid a total of $1,700 for this traffic lawyer, just for the judge in the circuit court to throw it out. All right. So he threw it out. And I mean, mind you, I felt the way, cause baby, I was dressed sharp. I was like, ChatGPT, I got court coming up. ChatGPT was like, well, make sure you wear a nice pantsuit or whatever. Like, ChatGPT is my best friend, baby. ChatGPT was like, you might want to wear like some black flats or some black heels, black pants, black blazer, a white shirt. If you're going to wear jewelry, keep it just, so I went in there, cause I just got my hair done. I got my hair done for courts. Not because I wanted to get my hair done. I got it done so that I could be as presentable in court as possible to win my damn case. So I go in there, I'm looking sharp. I'm ready. The only thing I'm missing is like a purse. I didn't go in there with nothing other than my keys and my ID. That's it. They made me take my Apple Watch off. And I was like, y'all make people take smartwatches off now? But anyways, so my feet was kind of hurting because I ain't wore heels in a long time. And I was like, oh, my feet. But my lawyer come texting me. He was running late. So he showed up 30 minutes late. I'm nervous because I like to be on time. And if I'm on time and my lawyer's not, it's like, what? Then he texted me, talk to the prosecutor. It was supposed to be a lady. I didn't see no lady. I saw a man. So I'm like, well, what the hell? I'm like, I'm nervous. I'm in there. I'm just like, woosah, woosah. I'm looking at the judge. I'm listening to everybody else's case before me. The judge was cool as fuck. I already knew granddad was going to dismiss my case just off of his demeanor. Cause everybody else who went up, he was just like, dismiss. Continue. That's literally like his attitude. So in my mind, I'm like, please don't let this shit get continued again. I want this done. My lawyer comes in because I walked out to go check the other building because I just did not feel like I was in the right spot, even though the officers told me I was. I didn't see the officer that gave me the ticket. I didn't see the witness that supposedly saw the accident there. So in my mind, I'm like, the only person for my case here is me. What is going on? So I go back in. He's like, oh, well, they're doing this, that. But, when they go on break, I'll let you know. So we go back in. The judge went in the back. He's on break or whatever he was doing. And so at that time, my lawyer comes in. He's talking to the prosecutor, telling the prosecutor the whole situation. He pulls my file. And then he calls my name. I'm like, I'm here. He's like, oh, okay. So my lawyer comes. He sits by me. We kind of whisper back and forth or whatever. As soon as the judge come back in, he calls my case. We go up. Everybody else is up there. I solemnly swear, blah, blah, right hand. I didn't even have to do that. I didn't even get a chance to sit down. My lawyer said 2 words, and then the judge was like, dismiss. And so me and as soon as I walked up there, me and my lawyer walked back out. So he was like, yeah, this and that, and da-da-da-da-da. He explained the whole thing. And he was like, yep, so no court costs, no penalties, no nothing. The case is thrown out, is dismissed, and you're good to go. I was like, oh, thank you. So at first I was going to delete his number. I was like, nah, I got to keep his number in my phone because if I ever need this man again, I already know his fee. I already am a client, basically. Sir, you're going to be on speed dial for me. Okay? So that's how I felt about it. So now that the case is dismissed, the company, right? Now this is where we about to get into it. I got 2 out of 3 wins right now. I had applied for unemployment. They gave me pushback. They fought me on unemployment. While we were back and forth in the unemployment phase in October after my surgery, I filed an EEOC on their ass. And so I can't remember what EEOC stands for, but you can go Google it. And I just know it stands for equal employment something. It's so many dang on acronyms, y'all. I cannot remember them all. I am not a lawyer. I'm not none of that. I'm just sharing my current story with you because, I have to admit that it can be financially draining. It can be mentally draining and emotionally exhausting. But I need you to be a soldier like me and push damn through. Okay? So at the end of the day, my lawyer worked with me because, they're really supposed to have retainers. I still am paying, because I was out of work for a month after my surgery. I had just got back to work in November. I decided to make a payment plan with them. They decided to work with me. So just talk to your lawyer. Even though they require retainers and you may not have the money, just ask them, can you make a payment plan? And they will work with you because look, with the way inflation is looking and the way the economy was looking, ain't nobody just sitting around on no $3,000. I mean, granted, luckily for me, I did have that kind of money, but I ain't trying to, no, hell no. Shoot, an emergency could come up. I just had an emergency come up where I had to take my car to the shop. It cost me a little over $2,000. I had to buy a new battery for my car during this ice and snowstorm on and off and crap. I'm telling you, life be lifing, and you never know what comes up. And I always prepare for a rainy day because for as long as I can remember that I've been able to drive, the rainy day is always car repairs at the most inopportunistic ass time. I don't know how many of y'all can relate to that, but me and my cousin, we was talking about all this, and she's like, yeah, I got car repairs right now. I said, see, they come at the time you don't need it. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, so at the end of the day, I was being strategic. Even though you can use a credit card to pay for a retainer, why would I want to pay interest? No, I don't want to pay interest. So let me make a payment plan. So, because I already paid the consultation fee, and I had already paid the first retainer. They used up the entire first retainer from August to October. So I had to pay another one. But I was like, man, I don't got it right now. I just, came out of surgery. I'm recovering. I have to heal a little bit before I could go back to work. Now that I'm back working and everything, I'm just still paying them little by little. But Now, here's the thing. Now, I beat the unemployment case and I beat the traffic case. I'm just waiting on EEOC because the federal investigator, he's doing an investigation into the company. Now, check this out. If you're a truck driver, and if you're not a truck driver, then you probably don't know this, but truck drivers know this. Nowadays, we have cameras in our trucks that are they face two ways. They face inside to see me as the driver and everything that I do in the cab, and it also shows everything on the road that I can see as well. So, at the end of the day, if the company fired me for getting into an accident that unemployment proved, because they were trying so hard, she committed misconduct while driving the truck. I didn't create. There can be no misconduct when driving an 80,000-pound vehicle. I was not road raging. I was doing 65 and a 70. You know what I'm saying? All I can do is check my mirrors. You know, there's a little sensor on the passenger door area of the semi trucks to like kind of beep and let the driver know that somebody is in that blind spot, which is about where the front tire of the truck is to the door. If you are a regular ass driver, when you are in that area near that damn front tire, the driver cannot see you. They might be able to see a little bit, like if you're coming up, but if you're just sitting there riding and they look in that hood mirror and them other mirrors, they may not be able to see you, because all trucks do not have a spot mirror that's at the top passenger door where it looks down. And you can look in those mirrors and see what's over there. So every truck is different, you know what I'm saying? But I did everything that I could do, and dude crashed into me. He ran into me, okay? And I stand on that because to this day, the company has never shown me the camera footage. You can call me on the phone and say, oh, well, we're firing you because, we looked at the camera footage, and no, that's not how that goes. You already broke your own policies and your own protocols, because nowhere in any paper did it say on a first offense accident I can be automatically terminated. You wanted to terminate me because I did a protected activity like notify the manager of sexual harassment. And I did it on more than one occasion. So at this point, instead of just addressing my complaint, you wanted to get rid of me. Okay, cool. Because now we are in litigation. They wanted to pass on mediation with EEOC. So now they're doing a whole federal investigation. And I don't give a damn if it takes until next year or 2027. Yeah, 2027. I don't care. So at the end of the day, I had emailed my lawyer, told her that the case got dismissed. And she's like, oh, well, we don't even need that information, because now the company is facing 3 charges from me through EEOC: sexual harassment, retaliation, and discrimination. Why? Because one, the trainer, instead of training me on the job, she training me about her pussy, ass, and titties. Oh, I'm on Christian Mingle. This is what I mean by shut the fuck up. Ladies, shut the fuck up. Damn. If she would just shut the fuck up and kept her private life to herself, I could not be being report sexual harassment on this damn company. She kept on talking about her ass, pussy, titties. I reported it to the manager. The manager did not properly do the right protocols to report it, to address it, to fix it. He did nothing. And now the company is liable and responsible and on the fucking hook. All right? Next thing, you're discriminating against me because I'm an African-American woman. I'm not the only African-American woman. It was 2 others. However, one thing I can say is, compared to the other ones, I am under 40. So it can probably be seen as discrimination. Okay. So then, with the retaliation, you are retaliating against me for coming to you with the sexual harassment. All right. Because sexual harassment is sexual harassment. See, if it was a man that was sexually harassing me, they would have been on his ass, probably ready to fire him, reprimand him, just on his ass. But because it is woman-to-woman sexual harassment, you not going to take it seriously. Okay, well, that's going to cost you. Because now EEOC is in that ass, in their files, doing interviews, doing a whole thing. And at the end of the day, they did a rebuttal statement to EEOC. The company did a rebuttal statement to EEOC stating that I spoke about my fiance. No, I didn't. And even if I did speak about my fiance, I didn't sit here and talk about his privates, my privates. It was nothing inappropriate. I just simply told her I'm engaged. That's about as far as it went. She don't know his name. She don't know what he looked like. She don't know nothing. But guess what? I know more about her household than she does mine. I know more about her life than she does mine. But see, that's the power of shutting the fuck up. See, she wanted a motor mouth. Just motor. And now I'm using it not only just against her, but you represent the company. So the company's on the hook. Either they can fire her ass or they can keep her and be liable for what happens moving forward in this litigation process. I mean, this is what happens when you have people in higher up or management-like positions who think that they could just do whatever the fuck they want to do. No, you can't. You have to be professional at all times. Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? It's okay if you want to talk to somebody about something, but damn, bitch, build a fucking rapport with me. You know, if you want to talk about an ex-boyfriend, whatever, like, that's cool. But if I made it clear to you day one, this is inappropriate, I am uncomfortable, please, let's change the topic of conversation, but you ignore all of that and you continue motor mouthing, that's why I started my journal. That's why I timestamp my journal every single day, everything that she did. Because you know what? You're supposed to be my trainer. And even though I have 3 years experience as a fuel tanker driver, because that's what I was doing at that time, I was taking gas and diesel to gas stations or truck stops. That's what I was doing from 2021 to like 2023. Or actually, no, 2024 when they fired me. But that's whatever. Because now I do doubles. So, you know, that's another experience for me, is adding to my credentials, because I've done everything under the sun in trucking that there is to do, that this is about the last thing, you know. But, you know, if I was working for like UPS or something, I'd probably be doing doubles or triples anyway. So, but anyways, like, so at the end of the day, and then what makes it hilarious, right? The manager. I'm working my new job. I was on my way back to end my day. And guess who pulls up on the side of me? That same manager, right? And then he just had this face, and his face frowned all up. He got all mad, and you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, and see, I'm so cold with it, I act like he didn't even exist. I saw him before he saw me. So by the time I passed him up, he sped up the ride side by side with me. And while he was doing that, I ignored him. I smooth ignored him, because he don't exist to me. You were supposed to fight for me and this and this and that, and you didn't do none of your job. I got drug tested. My drug test results came back negative, all this shit. And now they have to figure out or come up with, because they used that accident and they lost with unemployment. Then they used the accident to rebuttal to sexual harassment, retaliation, and discrimination. Now that the accident has been dismissed in court as of Monday, February 24th, 2025, you can't say nothing now. Address the sexual harassment. Address the retaliation. Address the discrimination. Now the burden of proof is on them that, you know, that I'm lying. Because all they had to say was, she's lying. Oh, we can go back and forth in court with he said, she said, but I have one powerful evidence. I have time-stamped evidence, because everything that I wrote down in my journal lines up with my logs, because I had to have a co-driver. I was the co-driver and she was the co-driver, depending on who drove during those 10 days of training. You cannot, these people went so far as to lie and say that I worked for them in November of 2024. How could I be working for you when I was working at FedEx? How could, baby, so many inconsistencies and lies that my lawyer was like, we don't got to address every inconsistency, this, that, and the third. I'm like, okay, you're the lawyer. You know better than me, but I be on her ass. I be on her ass because, you know, she was very confident with the unemployment thing. But then the moment that the company denied mediation and, you know, they said because I found it interesting how with unemployment, they were like, I committed misconduct. I had a serious bad accident, or however they worded it. They started trying to use serious, severe, and bad. Look, yeah, those people in them cars got fucked up. Yeah, they did, but that ain't got nothing to do with it. And this is how I know that God confirmed that I needed to fight this case. Because at first I was just going to give up. This is how I knew I needed to fight. With my new job that I'm at right now, do you know 4 months after being fired with the other company for an accident that was not my fault, the same exact accident happened with my new job? In the exact same way. I said, this can't be no coincidence. Ain't no way I had a second accident in a 4-month period. I wasn't even at my new job 60 fucking days. And I was like, oh God, I'm panicking and shit. And, you know, my job, they didn't say nothing about it. They didn't do nothing about it because they saw the video camera, the footage and all that. They knew that it wasn't my fault. It was a lady. She was like a Uber driver or a Lyft driver. She crossed like 5 fucking lanes and just smashed into me. And like, she hit me so hard, she pushed the damn truck into the fucking left lane. Like, I'm like, damn, bitch. And she was a young girl. She was like in her 20s, but she ended up going to the hospital because she rode in the ambulance. The car was fucked. Oh my God. The car was majorly fucked up. But I hope, and I know when that accident took place, I hoped that with her being so young and trying to Lyft drive or Uber drive or whatever, that, you know, she had the proper insurance, because if not, it was going to cost over $8,000 to $10,000 to fix that entire car because the motherfucker got totaled. But I know she got a bad rating that day because not only could she have killed herself or severely injured herself. Well, she did severely, I guess, injure herself, because she took the hospital ambulance, or went to the ambulance. She went to the hospital in the ambulance. And so at the end of the day, I don't know what happened to her passenger, but her passenger didn't make it to her destination. She didn't jump in the ambulance, or maybe she did. I don't know, but I know that the passenger, she came and talked to me, and she told me, yeah, it was her fault. She smashed into you and da-da-da-da. And I mean, everybody was scared. I was scared. My heart was pounding in my chest because I'm just trying to go home. And now I got to sit on the side of the road, call 911, call my safety department. You know, I got to go take pictures. I got to do all this fucking paperwork because a dumb bitch, a dumb motherfucker decided to run into me. And most of these people be thinking, oh, I'm going to get paid. I'm going to get paid. No, you're not. You're just going to have a totaled vehicle. I'm still going to drive away. Okay. Oh, and then this is another thing about the accident case. The guy that ran into me and I got fired over it. He had a suspended license. He wasn't even supposed to be on the fucking road. Cause let's be honest, me as a truck driver, if I didn't have the hours of service to drive federally on the road, oh, they would have hung my ass. So just like you would have hung me, I'm hanging him. Because if his ass was never on the road with a suspended license, the accident would have never happened. And that's what my lawyer was saying. That's why it got dismissed and thrown out. Thank God. It took a little fighting. It took a little of, you know, just keep going, persevering through it and everything. But, I mean, I got there. So, I'm curious about what's going to happen about this case, what's going on, things of that nature. They're still investigating. But I want this to be a testimony to anybody out there who has been wrongfully terminated from a job, whose rights have been violated, say in the workplace, whether it's sexual harassment, discrimination, retaliation, fight. Fight for your rights. And see, a lot of people don't even know that they have rights. They just accept the consequences and know that no. You always fight. Do your research. That's what I had to do. I had to do my research on the laws and policies of the state I'm in. I was about to say where I'm at, but I ain't got time for my mama to be trying to find me. No, sir, no, ma'am. We all know she a stalker, but I fight. And so I want y'all to understand, don't take no shit from these companies. Don't let them scare you. Do not let them bully you, because that's exactly what that company tried to do. They tried to bully me because I was not going to lawyer up. I lawyered up when I saw that cover letter from their lawyer. And do you know the lawyer didn't even represent the case? It was a lost cause from the jump. But I think they felt like, oh, well, if we send this cover letter, we can bully her and scare her. And this is another thing. They sent me a termination letter the end of July going into August of 2024. They sent me a termination letter. You called me on the phone and fired me in March. So why the fuck you sending me a termination letter fucking almost 5 months later? That's even more proof that they tried to backtrack, cover up their mistake as to avoid litigation. Too late. I'm on that ass. Like Inspector Gadget, I'm on that ass inspecting my rights. This is supposed to be a magnifying glass. I ain't got one. But yeah, because, Officer Sinead Sherlock Holmes is on the case. I ain't playing games with them. But for real, y'all, this situation with all of this has just come off as very narcissistic, just very, unprofessional, because narcissism in the workplace ain't no joke. And we got to understand, when you understand narcissism, you understand not only on a person-to-person basis, but you will understand even on a job level, the level of narcissism going on out here. And I feel like that's what I'm experiencing. I feel like, Satan has progressed. Like, damn, I can't use human narcissism no more. Let me use corporate narcissism. Man, fuck narcissism altogether. I'm going to fight. We have laws and regulations to protect us and to help you, because I have the power. I have the leverage. I have the evidence, so they can kiss my ass and suck a dick. Anyways, y'all be good out there. Don't let these workplace narcissists fuck you over. Play with your feelings. Fight them, because I'm the type, I'm going to make them tuck their tail and I'm going to make them roll over. Yeah, because you about to bow down, bitch. Anyways, y'all have a good day. I hope y'all like this video. Like, share, subscribe. If there's anybody you know who has been wrongfully mistreated at workplace, send them this video. This is very important. All right? Peace, y'all. Positive energy always creates elevation. Love you. Mwah.